So good morning everyone, my name is Lalit Soni and I welcome you back in this live session by Drishti IAS. So today we will be having a look at today's Indian Express. So we will start with few articles and then we will move to world affairs and then practice question as usual. Okay. So in today's newspaper we will be discussing these three major issues, that is Maratha reservation issue and then 13.5 crore Indian out of multidimensional poverty. Okay. So this was data from Niti Aayog and this was reiterated in parliament by our finance minister. Okay. And then article 99 of UN charter, this was in news because of the Israel Palestine issue and the UN has gone for the resolution on UN will be going on for the reservation on Friday. So before that this article was invoked. Okay. So we will have a look at that particular issue as well. Okay. And then world affairs and then practice question. Here you can see there are few important things. Indian envoy met former Navy man on Qatar death row after that is PM army talk. So in COP28 there were this on the sidelines of COP28 there were a small meeting between Amir of Qatar and Prime Minister Modi, and after that our ambassador over Qatar has been given an opportunity to talk with the 8 Navy personals. Okay. So that was one important you can say development in this particular issue. And then no equitable treatment, US gave input, Canada did not. Okay. So again and again this question is resurfacing again by opposition, that why are you discriminating between Canada and USA. So now they are saying that Canada has given USA has given us input about the information and then Canada did not. Okay. Because of which there was this particular treatment. Okay. So we'll have a look at this article as well. And then to quit Maharashtra panel. So basically there is this commission which has been built in Maharashtra considering the backward classes status. So out of the members over there, 2 has given the resignation and 1 is contemplating about it. So basically we will have a look at what is the issue behind this. Okay. So that is from your front page. So let's take a look at the first article, that is Indian envoy met former Navy man on Qatar death row after PM Amir talks. Okay. For the first time since the 8 former Navy personnel were handed death sentence by Qatari court. So basically you must have heard about this particular espionage case where these 8 ex-Navy personnel has been accused of this particular espionage or you can spy related activities, and then they were given death sentence. Okay. So now our government has tried for the consular access, etc. They have given the consular access earlier as well, but now in this particular time after this particular talk they have given chance to the ambassador to talk to them directly or personally, you can say. Okay. Other than that, when we are talking about the development in this particular case, so we have filed an appeal. Okay. The Indian government appealed against the death penalty and 2 of the hearing has happened, 3rd is yet to happen in like 2 or 3 days now. Okay. So that is the development. And then India has given round of consular access to detainees on November 7th, but this was the first time that Indian ambassador Vipul got an opportunity to meet them. So basically here the ambassador from our side will be meeting those 8 personals. Okay. So that is about this development. Other than that, when we are talking about Qatar's role, so right now their role in geopolitics of Asia has been increased because of the Israel-Palestine issue. Okay. They have been able to mediate the truce, or you can say 6 days humanitarian truce which happened. Okay. After that what resurfaced again, that is another thing, but Qatar's role in geopolitics has increased because of that particular issue. Other than that, India and Qatar has friendly relations. Okay. So moving further, allegation of plot to kill Khalistan separatists. So basically there are 2 incidents, 2 separate incidents. One happened in Canada where a Khalistani separatist was killed by someone, and Canadian government has this allegation on India that Indian government has some kind of link with that. Okay. We have denied the accusations. We have said that they are baseless and they did not provide any kind of information regarding that. They said we are not kind of cooperating in the investigation. So we are saying that you did not provide us any kind of information or any intel regarding this. Okay. Now when we are talking about the USA, in USA there is this Khalistani separatist named Panno. Okay. So this person over there is practicing lawyer, and there was a threat to his life, or there was a plot to kill this person, and USA has said that there were reports which says that there are involvement of Indian citizen and one Indian official. Okay, they did not reveal the name, but the thing is they have given this information to Indian government, and they have asked for the investigation, and we have started the investigation, because in this particular case there was a racket of organized crime etc. involved. So that is why we have taken it seriously. Okay, other than that also, if something like this happen and government provides some intel, that is a serious issue and we should be concerned about it, and that is why India has taken this into consideration and started investigation on our own. Okay, so ultimately now opposition has raised question that why are you giving this non-equitable treatment to these two countries. So basically our minister has said that because USA has provided us with the information and Canada did not. Second thing is USA gave the information and specifics, but Canada only alleged us. Okay, and that too on the directly on the government, and whereas in the case of USA there are involvement of some Indian citizens. Okay, so that is about this particular article. You can say, in so far as the US is concerned, certain inputs were given to us as part of our security cooperation with the United States. Okay, we have this strategic security cooperation with United States, and because of which they have given this intel to us. Okay, those inputs were of concern to us because they were related to nexus of organized crime, trafficking and other matters, because it has a bearing on our own national security as well. That is why we have instituted an inquiry into the matter, and inquiry committee has been constituted. So that is in the case of USA. Okay, no specific evidence or inputs were provided to us, so the question of by Canada, so the question of equitable treatment of two countries does not arise. Okay, that is the answer which has been given by Mr. Jaishankar in the parliament. Okay, now moving further, two quits Maharashtra panel, government want us to gather data back Maratha quota. So basically data to back Maratha quota. So why this data is important? Because recently you must have heard that there was a caste census or caste survey in Bihar. After that, in opposition also and in some states there were incidents where government or government officials have said that we will be going for the caste census. Let's say Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, they have said that we will be considering going for the caste census. Okay, and then when we are talking about Rajasthan, as a previous government in Rajasthan, that is Congress, so they have also said that they will also go for this particular caste census. Okay, now because of which this caste census was in news. And second thing is there was a strike done by Manoj Jairangi Patil. So because of which this particular issue of Maratha reservation has resurfaced again, and now government is considering looking into it, and they have asked this panel to investigate into it and give data to back this Maratha quota. Okay, so now let's see what is the issue here. So in this particular process, the members of that particular panel has resigned because they have said that government has given some directives which are interpreted as that they are biased. Okay, because they are saying that government has given directives to go for the Maratha quota or Maratha census only. Okay, and not for the other let's say communities. Here let's start with the a certain existence of exceptional circumstances and or extraordinary situation in the context of Maratha community justifying exceeding the limit of 50% reservation as laid down in the judgment of Supreme Court. So basically in the Indira Sahni judgment of Supreme Court in 1992, this particular thing was given that there will be a reservation cap of 15% and you cannot surpass that. Okay, considering that if the government is going for reservation, you have to back your decision by some data, and that data has to be quantifiable. Okay, and that data should be related to socio-economic conditions of that particular class. So where in this particular case we are talking about socio and economic conditions and not only economic or social conditions. Okay, so now here they have given this particular cap Supreme Court, and now whenever you want to exceed this cap you have to give that data. Okay, and that data from where it will come, there will be a commission, let's say backward class commission, and they will give this quantifiable data, and on the basis of that government will give a report or government will go for reservation etc. Okay, so now here the member has interpreted by some members of the commission as the almost asking it to obtain data to justify quota for the Maratha community only. Okay, so basically they are saying that there is a biasness in the decision of the government. Okay, complaining of growing interference. So these members are saying that government is kind of interfering in the independent working of the body. Okay, so let's have a look. This article outlines the resignation and dissent within the Maharashtra State Backward Commission over government directives seeking data to justify exceeding 50% reservation limit for the Maratha community. Okay, amidst ongoing political dynamics and the social agitations. Okay, earlier the report of the commission under Justice M.G. Gaikwad on the backwardness of the Maratha community was not accepted by the Apex Court. So basically earlier also this report was submitted, and the Supreme Court has rejected that report because they have said that maybe there are some kind of economical backwardness, but the thing is this particular community does not have any social harassment or history of social exploitation. Okay, hold on a second. So, and this 50% ceiling as specified in the Indira Sahni judgment. Okay, so these two facts we have covered. Maharashtra State Backward Class Commission faces resignation due to government directives. The government asked for the justification of the exceeding the 50% reservation limit for the Maratha community, triggering dissent. Okay. Now, two members resigned citing biased functioning and growing government interference. Okay, since these are statutory boards. Okay, so they are supposed to be independent, but they are saying that there is interference of government in the working of the board. That is why they are going for this particular reservation. Okay. Now, dissenting members disapprove of focusing solely on Marathas, urging data collection of all community. These members of the board are saying that we cannot solely focus on the Maratha community, we have to go for data for the all community and come up with the holistic you can say data which can give a true idea of the, let's say, demographic situation of the state. Okay. Now, commission members protest the government's predetermined assumption of Maratha backwardness. Okay. So here they are saying that there is some kind of biasness in the government's eye. Okay. Now, in this resignation letter, Kilarikar, he is the person who has resigned, said that to resolve the situation, it is better to have a comprehensive caste-based socio-economic survey of Maharashtra. So he is saying that the survey should be comprehensive, considering all communities. Okay, Maharashtra state, which will enable every section of the society to realize their own socio-economic status. Once everyone will realize that their socio-economic status is like that, there are chances that such demands might not surface again, because they would know that there is a data and which is stating the real condition of the socio-economic demographic of the state. Okay. He also said that Maratha and backward classes need to be informed honestly with authenticable, reliable information apart from vote politics as regard to their claim of reservation and similar demands. Okay. So that is about this particular issue. Okay. Now, this Maratha community, other than that there are other communities in the other states like Jats, etc. They are also going for this demand for the OBC reservation, because obviously one thing is whenever elections are around the corner, such demands will resurface, because obviously this is the time where public will keep forward their demands. Okay. And now the thing is, government should not go for any government cannot go for such populist decision or popular decision, because it will impact the working of democracy. Ultimately, if you go for such demands, okay, until unless you have a quantifiable data, you cannot succumb to the demands of people, because this is very sensitive issues, and at the sensitive time of elections as well. Okay. So that is why here these panels are established, wherein they can look into the quantifiable data and then report back to the government, on the basis of which government can decide. Okay. So moving further, India continues momentum of fastest growing economy. We have seen that earlier, we have discussed 2 or 3 articles which is showing that India has grown in the second quarter when we are talking right now. India has grown at the rate of 7.6%. Okay, and when we are talking about the manufacturing, that was around 13.1% growth. Okay, so that is kind of impressive as of now. Now in this particular article, we will be discussing an answer which is given by our finance minister in the parliament, and she has mentioned some data. Okay, that data can be important for your exam point of view. So that is why we have taken this particular article. She has mentioned that 13.5 crore people has been pulled out of the multidimensional poverty in the last 5 years. Okay, in last 5 years. Now, where this data comes from is the report of Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog in 2022 has given a report. Okay, in that report they have mentioned that 13.5 crore people has been pulled out of multidimensional poverty. Okay, so that is one thing. Other than that, she has mentioned that India continued to maintain the momentum of fastest growing major economy with all sectors contributing significantly, because earlier we have this problem that manufacturing sector was not performing well. But recently we have seen that manufacturing sector is also performing good after Make in India initiatives, or that product linked production linked subsidies which we are giving recently in the manufacturing. And other than that, there are some programs which are going for the skill development, employment, etc. So that is why now this manufacturing sector is also doing good. At least the data from the last quarter says that. Okay, so that is what has been mentioned here. The second quarter growth was high. Actually very high. It is the highest in the world. Okay, so she has compared it with global dynamics, maintained that the momentum of being the fastest growing economy, and this data of Niti Aayog they have cited here, which we have already discussed. The world's third and the fourth largest economies like Germany and Japan are contracted by 0.4% and 2.1%, respectively. So Germany has contracted by 0.4%. and Japan has contracted by 2.1%. So basically we can say that there was not growth. Ultimately they were growing in the negative direction. Okay, there is a contraction in the economy. Okay, whereas India, which is now fifth largest economy, is growing at a rate of, that is nearly, we can say in this particular quarter, that is 7.6%. Okay, so we are fastest growing economy. Other than that, when we are talking about the emerging economies in the Southeast Asia, they have also given some data that Vietnam has grown by 5.3%. Okay, Vietnam 5.3%, Malaysia 3.3%, and Thailand 1.5%. These economies are basically those economies which we call emerging economies. Okay, because these are doing good at the economic front, but in the last quarter they have performed this much. Okay, on the other hand, India has done really good on this front. Okay, other than that, when we are talking about services, services are also doing good, and manufacturing sector is also doing good this time. Even 13.1% growth was seen in the manufacturing sector. So it says that all the sectors in the economy are doing good. Okay. Over the last 8 years, India has become the 5th largest economy from being the 10th largest in 2015. In 2015, it was 10th largest, and now by 2023, we are in the 5th largest, or we are aspiring for being the 3rd largest by 2030. So we can say that in 15 years, we are aspiring to become 3rd largest economy from 10th largest. So that is the quite a good data, you can say, or quite a good pattern of the economy growing. The service sector and the software services are doing very well. Make in India program and the production linked incentive scheme, the manufacturing sector is also significantly contributing to the economy. Okay, that is 13.9%. Sorry, I might have mentioned 13.1. That is 13.9%. Okay, then made in India products are increasingly being seen in the US's market. When we are talking about international market, now make in India products or the made in India products are capturing the US market. Actually not capturing, but basically we can say significant increase in that particular thing, because the imports from the China are reducing over there, and exports from India basically kind of increasing over there when we are talking about USA. Okay. So here, while US imports China has declined by 10%, and those of imported from India has raised by 40%. Okay, so that is a good, you can say, trend when we are talking about the export and import data. Okay, direct tax collection grown by 21.82%. That is also a good data to have a look at. Okay, now this is about this particular article. From this article, you can extract these data. You can use this data in your mains answer writing. Okay, so that is about it. Moving further. Popping painkiller Meftal at will, government issues safety alert. So basically this Meftal, you must have heard this popular medicine, that is Meftal Spas, for generally used for the as a painkiller or in a high fever or in the menstrual cramps, etc. This particular painkiller is used. Okay, so now government has said that this is a prescribed medicine. Okay, so this is to be taken at the prescription of doctor, but now over the counter sale is also going on of this particular medicine, and people are taking it without any consultancy with the doctor. Okay, because of which this particular medicine has some kind of side effects which were already present there, but that was rare. Okay, and whenever you are going for the consultancy with the doctor and doctor is prescribing you, doctor knows what kind of dose you have to be given. Okay, so that is why that will not go convert into any kind of side effect. But when we are going for the over the counter sale, etc., and we are taking it on our own without any consultancy with the doctor, that might give you some kind of side effects. Okay, so that is what has been discussed in this article, and now government has issued a safety alert regarding this. Okay, Meftal, a commonly used non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug to get rid of your pain. Okay, so this is a painkiller. Okay, mefenamic acid, which is the constituent of this particular you can say drug. Severe allergic reactions are being seen, and DRESS syndrome, we will discuss what is DRESS syndrome, are affecting your internal organs. So basically here there are 2-3 things that in side effects, what you can do is there can be a skin rash, high fever, swollen lymph nodes, and complication in the internal organs. So this is what basically after you take the medicine after 4 to 5 days, this symptoms might surface. So because of which you have to be very alert that if some symptoms like this are there, you have to meet a doctor, because they can be because of this particular painkiller, and which you have taken 6 to 7 days earlier. Okay, and the symptoms will surface after 6 to 7 days. Okay, now when we are talking about this, here you can see there are side effects and they are extremely rare. Okay, very adverse reactions during their practice, but caution that the reaction to the drug depends on the individual patient. Not everyone will get the side effect, but some patient can have it. Okay, the real problem is unregulated overuse of the drug. Okay, despite being a prescription drug, mefenamic acid is widely used. Okay, so ultimately they are saying that until till you are going for the doctor's consultancy and then taking this particular tablet, there is no chances, or you can say there are less chances of this particular side effect. But if you are overusing this drug, that can lead to internal organ failure, etc. Okay, now this is used for the relieving menstrual pains, headache, muscle and joint pain, and high fever for the children. Okay, and then what is DRESS syndrome? Drug rash with eosinophilia and systematic symptoms. Okay, this is difficult to remember, but you can have a look at it. But if they are asking in the exam, they will refer it as a DRESS syndrome only. Okay, is a severe allergic action. Okay, and it will affect around 10% of the individuals taking this particular drug. So this is obviously no doubt rare, but if you are overusing it, it might increase. Okay, potentially deadly and caused by the certain medication, and that one of the medication is this Meftal. Okay, I have told you the symptoms. There are other side effects, that is gastrointestinal issues, cardiovascular issues. So you have to be very careful when we are taking this tablet next time. Please go to a doctor on the prescription only, use this tablet. Okay, so that is about this particular article. And then in the world affairs, UN chief invokes rare article for Gaza ceasefire, angers Israel. Okay, so this particular article 99 of UN charter, that has been invoked by the UN chief. Okay, so he has said that UN Security Council should go for you can say a ceasefire in this particular area. Okay, so let's have a look. United Nations Security General Mr. Antonio made a rare move on Wednesday to formally warn the Security Council of a global threat from Gaza war, as Arab states seeks to use this alert to push the council to call for a ceasefire within days. Okay, so basically on Friday we are supposed to have this particular meeting of UNSC. That is why this particular you can say incident has happened. The UAE gave the Council a brief draft of the resolution that would act on the letter from UN Security General, and then by demanding an immediate humanitarian ceasefire. So UAE has prepared a draft on that. Now what will happen, that once this draft will come and that will be placed in front of Security Council, there are 15 members in the Security Council, and you are supposed to have a vote of 9 members to pass this resolution without any veto from the permanent 5. Okay. So you know that there should not be a veto, and then you should get a 9 vote out of 15, then only this resolution can pass. Okay, which is highly unlikely, because obviously there are countries like US and UK which are supporting Israel. Okay, and then US does not support any further action by the UN Security Council at this time. Resolution has supported the Arabs and OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation Group. Obviously they will support, because they are supporting the cause of Palestine. And then he has Mr. Antonio has invoked Article 99 of the UN Charter, allows him to bring to the attention of the Security Council any matter which is in the opinion threaten the maintenance of the international peace and harmony. So basically this is a particular right which has been given to the United States you can say Secretary General. Okay, so we'll have a look at the Article 99, and then Israel. What is the reaction of Israel? Israel is saying that the Secretary General's call for the ceasefire is actually a call to keep Hamas reign of terror in the Gaza. So basically they are saying that he is trying to keep these Gazas in the this particular area, because Israel is saying that they will eliminate Gaza from they will eliminate Hamas from this particular area. Okay, and till then they will not stop. In this particular war like situation, there are more than 15,000 people already died in situation. So that is why UN Secretary General has gone for this particular now step. There have been 10 instances where such step has been taken. One of them is 1971 war. Okay, other than that there were other wars. We will talk about that. Okay, so let's have a look at the Article 99 of UN Charter. UN Charter is basically a document, okay, which has been adopted by the UN, and you can say that it is kind of guidelines, or you can say UN constitution, you can say, which is guides the proceedings of the organization. Okay, so facing a severe risk of collapse of humanitarian system in Gaza, I urge the Council to help avert a humanitarian catastrophe and appeal for humanitarian ceasefire to be declared. Okay, in this particular use of this article he has done, and he has said this particular thing, or he has wrote this particular statement in this document. Okay, then UN Charter is the founding document of the United Nations. The Secretary General may bring to the attention of the Security Council any matter which in his opinion threaten the peace or threaten the maintenance of international peace and security. Okay, so in case he thinks that there is a threat to peace and security, he can go for invocation of this particular article, wherein he can advise, or you can say somehow caution Security Council to have a look at this particular issue. Okay, the responsibility it confers upon the Secretary General will require a exercise of highest qualities of political judgment, tact and integrity. Okay, no, you cannot go for invoking this article for any small issue. You have to have a integrity when you are invoking this thing, and second thing is you have to have a political aptitude or judgment when you are going for this particular invoking Article 99. Okay, when was Article 99 invoked earlier? So in upheaval of 1960s, in Republic of Congo, Okay, it was a former colony, okay, where when the Belgian rule has ended in this particular colony, there was some kind of uprising in 1960s. At that particular point of time, this article was invoked. Other than that, in 1961, Tunisia was, Tunisia's demanded it when the former colonial ruler France has launched an attack. So in 1961 in Tunisia, when France attacked on Tunisia, they have asked for invoking this particular thing, and in 1971 war as well, this was done. Okay, since Israel's military operation began, more than 15,000 people and 40% of the whom were children have been killed. The collapse of Gaza's healthcare system, difficulties in extending humanitarian relief, and issues of displacement were mentioned as the cause of this particular step. Okay, and there is nowhere safe in Gaza, he has wrote in this particular letter to the UNSC. What happens now? What will happen now? After this, UNSC will take action on that, or there will be a draft which will be placed in front of UNSC, and then UNSC has to decide on that particular issue. They will vote for it, and as I told you that out of 15, 9 member has to vote without any veto from the permanent 5. Okay, then only this particular resolution has been considered as passed, and then they will go for a humanitarian truce. Okay, but the problem here is that this might not pass because of the actions of USA and UK, because they are supporting Israel in their war efforts. Okay, that is about this article. And now, yesterday we have discussed about this meeting between Saudi and Russia. Okay, this is members of OPEC plus. So now they have said that they are going for some kind of voluntary cuts in the production, because they have seen that because of the larger supply of this oil in the market, rates has been falling. Okay, so that is why they are going for the voluntary cuts, and they have kind of giving indication to the other members as well to go for such thing. Okay, so there is nothing much to talk about from this particular article. Okay, because we have taken it yesterday as well. Okay, these are the member. Okay, and Iran was kept out for a time because of the sanctions which has been placed by USA. Okay, so these are the members, and when we are talking about OPEC plus, so membership of OPEC, other than that few allies like Russia, Mexico, Thailand, etc. has been included in this OPEC plus. And then only major Western nation to join, Italy, leaves China's Belt and Road Initiative. Okay, that step was kind of, you can say, strategic, because earlier Italy, despite the warnings from USA, etc., or other Western countries, they have joined this Belt and Road initiatives of China. But now recently you must have seen that India and Italy's partnership is growing, their relations are improving, and because of which now you can see this particular step has been taken. And now this is then speculations, because obviously we don't know what lead to this particular decision, but we can say on the international front, when we are talking about the international relations, we are seeing that Italy and India are now being quite close, and because of which we can say they are moving away from the China. Here Italy has officially informed China that it is leaving Belt and Road Initiative, dismissing the fears. This particular dismissing fears decision could have sore relations and damage the Italy's economy. Okay, because obviously they will, if something like this can irk China, and that might have a negative impact on the economy and relations. Italy in 2019 became the first and so far only major Western country or nation to join the trade and investment program, ignoring the warnings from the United States that it might allow China to take control of sensitive technology and vital infrastructure. Okay, so they have USA has given that warning. Despite that, they have joined this particular program, and now they have come out of it. Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni took off office last year. She said she wanted to withdraw from the deal, saying it had brought no significant gain to the Italy. Okay, now this is the BRI aspiration of China. Okay, they are trying to cover all the important routes, okay, and build this infrastructure over here. And here you can say this is Italy, and somehow it will pass from the Italy as well, but now they have withdrawn from this particular idea. So let's have a look at the prelims question which was given to you for the practice. What is the primary purpose of the carbon capture and sequestration technologies? Okay, so we have actually discussed this in a very wide spectrum, and now here sequestration, you can replace it by the word storage. as well. Okay. So options are to release captured carbon emissions into the atmosphere. So if logically thinking, if we are going for some kind of technology, we will not release the captured carbon, okay, because we are fighting climate change because of the carbon emissions only. So that can be wrong. Okay. Then to prevent the release of carbon emissions into the atmosphere, that can be an option. To convert carbon emissions into renewable energy. Okay, if we get this particular technology, our problems might be solved, but as of now we will keep it as an option. To enhance the production of carbon emission in the industries. So here they have said that to enhance the production of carbon emissions, that is inherently a wrong statement. So from these two statement we have to select to prevent the release of carbon emissions into the atmosphere. Okay, here we are saying that capturing. Okay, the capture is the keyword here. So when we are talking about capture, we are preventing the release. Okay, so that is why we can go for the option B. Okay, second thing is here we are talking about capture and not convert. Okay, so that is why you can reject this statement as well. So in case somehow whenever such terms comes in exam, there are chances that you might not be familiar. Okay, then you can go for the such keywords. You can look at the capture, sequestration, what are the meaning of these words, and then look for the options. Okay, moving further, we will have a look at the question for your practice. What is the primary purpose of Meftal, a commonly used medicine? A, to treat bacterial infection, to reduce fever and relieve mild to moderate pain, to manage high blood pressure, to alleviate respiratory symptoms and coughing. So you can attempt this question and then answer in the comment box. Okay. Moving further, for your mains, explain the Maratha reservation issue in Maharashtra, focusing on the constitutional aspect. So here you have to focus on the constitutional aspect and not the political angle of this particular thing. Okay, so that you can explain the issue, what is the issue over here. Okay, you can tell that earlier also it has resurfaced, why Supreme Court has rejected the idea, and then why this is resurfacing again, and what are the issue related to it, like what are the chances that Supreme Court might reject it again because of the 50% cap. Okay, so that is the constitutional aspect, that is 50% cap, or you can say that Indra Thani judgment. Okay. Other than that, also discuss the challenges and the need for a balanced approach to the reservation policies in India. Okay, so when we are talking about the challenges and balanced approach, so balanced approach can be your way forward. Okay, challenge is why this reservation is given. Why you can go for a strategy wherein you can give for and against argument. So why this reservation is necessary, and what are the issues because of this reservation. Okay, so both things you can discuss and then give a balanced approach over here. Okay, so that is about your mains answer. So I'll wrap up the session here. I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, have a good day. Thank you.